Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you are new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
Hello, welcome to my lecture. Welcome to my lecture. This is one more, all active and terminated, which will pull first both active and terminated, which again you can actually add filter if it is only for active employees and indexed all workers. The purpose of this indexed all workers is when you do not have any too many calc fields, when your report has huge amount of data that needs to process in less time, and when you have built-in prompts requirement, you can actually choose this all workers. Now, which one should work for us now? This one will work or this one will work. This one will work. I will go with all workers. Next one. I will go with any of this thing. Which one should work now? All workers are all active and terminated. Which one should I choose? All workers. If you go for all active and terminated, you will be getting these two criteria. If you go for all workers, you will be getting all the contingent. You will be getting on the terminated. You will be getting active. You will be getting everything. You will be getting. It depends upon your kind of request that you will be getting. But even if you take this, you can do filters for active and terminated also. Instead of this one, I can go with this one also. I can go with this one also. I can go with this one also. I will choose all workers. I will quickly give some employee, then we will go for filtering. I have any questions while I am adding fields? Let me know. Worker is nothing, but it will be worker name. if you have created any supervisor organizations, you can actually play around with those supervisor organizations and employees also. You can create reports filtering your supervisor organization that looks for the employees that you have hired. All those things you can actually explore. Now, what is the requirement? We need to have ES and non-ES employees with specific hire dates. What should I give? First, I will filter for country. What is the hire date of US employees? What should be the hire date? On or after 20th. Greater than or equal to should be on or after greater than or equal to 1/1/21. Now, this is one of our filter criteria. What I will do, I have parenthesis for one condition that this will be one criteria for us. Now, what is the next one? What is the next one? Country should be anything other than US. Now here, you need to remember one thing. When I am selecting in the selection list, when I select in the selection list, if you are selecting any value here, your report will be looking for this value. For this value, it will be looking. Occasion country in the selection list, United States. It will look for all the employees from the United States. Now our other request is non-ES employees. When I select in the selection list, it will look for the value that you are giving here. When I select not in the selection list, it will not look for the value that you are giving. If I am giving United States, it will not look for United States and it will look for all other countries other than US. The selection list, it will look for the value that you give here. Not in the selection list, it will not look for the value that you give here. Other than that, it will look for all other values. Now our requirement is we need to have US employees and other than US employees, we need to have, I can go with this one, which will look for all other countries other than US. Another way that you can do is, instead of not in the selection list, you can select in the selection list and you can select all the countries other than US. Selecting all other countries and uncheck United States. United States. Now this will look for all these countries but not US, since I have not checked this one. This is one of the way, and the one that I have done is another way. I would suggest go for the first thing that I have done because this is hard-coded one. The smart way is not in the selection list for all other countries. Not in the selection list, what I need to choose here. Not in the selection list, what I need to choose here. I need to select. Yes, I am unchecking this. Selecting yeah. That it will look for other countries other than US. That is the difference between in the selection list and not in the selection list. Now, what is the next step that we need to do? Whose hire date is? When is the hire date? On or after 22? Rather than or equal to 2022. Now, since this is one more area, I will add this kind of separate parenthesis that this will be with two conditions. This US employee should be 2021. All other countries should be on or after 2022. If I am going for 2021, why do I need again another filter? I do not need. I am looking for all other countries other than US 2021. I do not need this. I do not need. I will just write a filter one row filter greater than or equal to 111-2021. Since I wanted to have separate hire dates for US employees and non-US employees, I am actually looking this way. If, as I said, if it is 1/1/2021 for both the US and non-US, I do not need all these filters. I do not need country. I will just give hire date greater than or equal to 1/2021. It will look for all the countries. No need of adding the two criteria. Understood. Here we are looking United States. Here we are looking all the countries other than the United States. If it is a single hire date, no need of adding these 4 lines of filter. We want it to have all the employees. I can just write one filter line with just hire date greater than or equal to 1/1/2021. We do not need any countries here. Since we are going for all the countries with that, we will be working with one line of filter. But here our case is 2021 should be for US, 2022 should be for all other countries other than US. That is the reason why we added 4 lines of criteria. Here it should be our operator. That is what it will look. It will look for country to 1 to 2021 or country other than US 2022. We are giving and what it will do. A country of US, it will treat a single condition. Country of United States 1 2021, a country of United other than United States. It will take as a kind of single condition. And we wanted to have both the results. Both the results. If you give our operator, your report will look this as a kind of separate one. You will get results for this one, or it will look for separate use for this one. If they are giving us, and this entire criteria will be as a kind of one condition, which should not be the case. Let us run and see how it works. And then we can see how it works when we go with both under operators. Now, hybrid is a criteria here. All US employees should be with 2021. Other than US, it should be after 2022. Now we got hybrid and we got country. Let us filter for United States. Now you have seen all the results from 2021 to 2022. Because since you have given for United States greater than or equal to 2021 122 you will be getting people hide even in 2022. Also because you have not categorized that hybrid should be within the state. Or you have given the filter is higher, date is on or after FIM1 2021. After 1/1 2021, it will look for all the high rates. And similarly, if I go for other countries other than US, sorry, higher date should start from 2020 for all these non-US employees. It should not be less than 2022. It is selected on any US, it should not select US. The high rate should start from 2022. We got all other countries, India, UK, still are gone on. You can see the high rate is if I check for before 2022. I should not get anything. On or before. Now I should not get anything. I should not get anything with this filter because our filter criteria was on or after 2022 1/1/2022. Since our filter for 2021 date 31st of December 2021 and before report is not giving anything because our filter criteria for non-US countries is on or after 1/1/2022. Now what I will do is the same condition I will go with under operator. We will see how it works. And hire date is after 2022. Now this will be going as single condition, and they have given parentheses as a kind of separate. Now parenthesis is not required because you are specifying and means continuation of the filter, right? Or means it is breaking there. Or will break the filter condition and take the new one and will be the continuation of the existing filter. Now you are adding on here, which is continuation of this one. No need of adding specific filter criteria straight. This filter is not even parentheses. But you can add starting, ending. You can have starting one and ending one because on is making the entire condition as one. Location is equal to yes. Hire date is on or after 1/1/2021. And location is yes on or after 2022. We will see how the data will work. We have taken this as entire condition, entire single condition, and see how it works. Wait a minute, we are not getting anything. Now I have added as a kind of under operator which system treated as report stated as a single condition, where with this condition there is no criteria matching in the report, which does not make sense also. And the filter what it is looking for, location, address, country is equal to US and hire date is greater than 1/22, and you wanted to have country of United non-US where all the countries other than US with hire date as on or after 2021, which you are giving as a single condition. With this condition, there is no matching criteria in the system, will not be there also. That is the reason why you report as a written blank data. Now we have added location. Country is equal to yes, whose hire date is greater than or equal to 2021. And similarly for non-US on after 2022. Now this to the same filter I wanted to have whose hire date of United States should be on or after 1/2021 and should not be 2022. Should be within 2021 only. It should not look for 2022 hire employees. This is for United States. And this should be fine. Since you know it is current period greater than 1/1/2022 should be fine, but for US employees it should look for only 2021. It should not look for 2022. What should I do now? When I run the report by adding an operator, I was getting for US employees. Even to T22 employees also, we were getting I do not want 2022. I wanted to have only 2021 employees whose hire date is any month in 2021 should work, but not 2022. What should I do? Add hire date. What should be the case here? What does it have to change? Or after should I change? If I run the report, US employee should not be 2022. It should not look for 2022. Now this is filter for US. Now we have 1195 records and this 1919 records for filter for 322. It should not be on a filter. It is looking for and it will see what this employee is for. Let us change. Let me see what filter which we have added less than or equal to 1122 we have given. It is giving only 1 2022. If you would have given less than 1122, it would have given even this. You would have not seen this. But since we have given less than or equal to 1122, it has got only 1122. Now I will tell you the use case now. You tell me what I need. I will not do this. I wanted to have all the contractors whose hire date from United States is less than 2021. Same scenario, just one employee type that I have added. Tell me what I have to do now. I have to have all contractors whose hire date is less than 2021. I will go to the filter. I wanted to have contractors whose hire date is less than or equal to 1/1/2021. It should not look for after 2021. It should look for before 2021. What should I do? Tell me. I will filter. What should I do? Tell me now. Now we do not need any locations here. Locations are not required. I can remove this. Because we are not looking for contractors from any location. This is not location specific. I am removing this one. We do not need hire dates. 3 hire dates also we do not need. Removing hire dates. We just need one hire date filter. What else we need now? What do we need now? Since the report has to look for contractors, worker type, it should not look for employees now. Now what should be the hire date? It should be within 2021. I need to change from greater than or equal to less than or equal to. That it will not go beyond 2021. Now, since this is one single criteria, I do not know to give any other parenthesis or any other or operator. Since we wanted to have this as a kind of single criteria, but if you are giving our operator here, what it will do? It will look for contractors without any hire date specification, and it will look for any other employee in the system irrespective of their worker type. It will look for hire date which is less than 11.81. If you are giving or operator report will take this as two criteria. One will run for all the contractors without any hire date. Whichever may be hire date, it will look for contractors and it will return. And the second, it will take it as second criteria. It will look for less than or equal to 100. Now our criteria is to have contractors whose hire date is less than 1.1.2. If you see things that you need to see here, you should be getting all the contractors. That is the reason why you are seeing all the contractors here. You might be seeing some contract ended employees also, because we have not added any active contract filters. It has returned even the employees whose contract has got ended as well. And hire date would be less than 2021. It should not be all our afters and taekwondo to 2021. It should not get anything. Not looking for anything, because we have not made filters in such a way. We have made filters to look less than 1/1/2021. If I look for after 2021, I will not get anything. Now with the same filter, what we have contractors with less than 1/1/2021. And it should look for all the active employees without any hire date specification. Or should, I do not know. This should be fine now. Other than this one, I also wanted to have all the active employees without any hire date specification. Any hire date should work, but I wanted to have all the active employees. What should I do? I need to add one more date. Next sense this one. This should work now. What do we want? Contactors within that hire date should inactive employees without any hire date. Now all the contractors, if you filter first or if you see all the contact, you can see, since we have not mentioned where is that contractor. Only 6990 regards are there. Probably Excel sheet would be better. If I extract into Excel, that should work. Only 234 pages are there. Let me extract into Excel. I think the active status that we have taken is not the right field. If you have seen this, whether that is delivered or not, let me see. Because we are seeing on leave employees also. On leave, employees should not be there. We can answer this and first see what is. The active status field that we have taken is the right one or something but messed up. Active status. Is this the right delivered field or not? Let us check. Let us see what the active report exclude over to of subnet types of leave worker. What this is doing is, since we have not added any specification, parenthesis, it is taking single condition and it is returning all the criteria. What it is doing now, it is taking as a single condition. Though we added as our operator, but we have not added this one. Now what it is looking is word type is contingent worker and hire date is 112321 or active status. We should have made this as a kind of parenthesis that this both will be treated as one condition. Now what it has taken, it is looking for worker type of contractors and for all the employees it is taking hire date less than or equal to 112321 or it is looking for active state is equal to yes active employees. It is looking. Now what I made, am I any kind of two condition? Instead of continuation of three conditions, I have made two conditions. Worker type with hire date is one thing and this thing. Before adding this one, since it was one, it was actually executing. But since we have added our operator here, it will be treated as two conditions. with the parenthesis that we made. Now, based on this, we should not see any on leave employees. Let us see if this works or not. Let us see why only the employees are coming up. We will see whether employee type is supported by employee type. I am following hire date. Active status should pull only active employees. Generally, there are two kind of leaves actually. If employee is going on shortly, 1 or 2 days, that will not be categorized as inactive. But if employee is going on long-term leave, maternity leave for 6 months and 1 year kind of leave, that employee has gone. Those employees will be inactive employees. Now, obviously, when we mark employees on leave, only when employee is taking long-term leave, we will take that employee as long-term leave. But active status should not look for on leave employees. For some reason, report is actually looking for on leave also. I am actually trying to see whether any correction, any data incorrection validation has been done. It has not formed the new added rate. On leave only 2000, not 2000 on leave. Contingent worker, only contingent worker go on leave, should come actually. In this case, within higher rate, contingent worker on leave should come. This employee is not a contingent worker. This employee is coming up. There is nowhere it is mentioned as contractor. Only contractor should come actually. The whole company is coming. Contract information. Let me see. Go and see the worker history. When this employee has not hired, this user does not have access to the worker history. Oh, see, that does not have access to the worker history. I think this would be a little interesting to see why this employee is coming up. We need to proxy as log on and see. But I think this is something that we can look at in our next session. You understood the thing right. Our report should look for contractors whose hire rate is less than 101 2021. Or it should look for active employees. In both the case, it should not look for on-leave employees. For contractors, if it is on leave, that should be. But we are getting employee who is on leave. That should not pick up, actually. We need to drill down into employee hire data and see what employee has hired. Is there any kind of definitely there would be, since this is a training tenant, right? Some data issues might be there, but we will see that you will be clear how it is actually coming up. We will drill down into the hire information. We will proxy as log on and find out. Remember this report name for us to explore more on these things in our next session. That we will see how on leave employees are coming now. We will try to figure it out in our next session. Just remember this report name and also the other things that we have explored today, right? Just try to get some hands on. And I think this one was a little data mess was there. We will see what data issues was there. But the other things, when we added multiple conditions and report was looking based on higher date. All those are typical general use cases that you will be getting as part of report request from HR. Just try to get hands on that one. Try to get some familiarity with the multiple roles of filter conditions and all. We will try to perform some more scenarios in our next sessions. We will still go with the reporting. Still, our calculated field will be creating multiple reports till we end calculated field concept. We are playing around with a lot of use cases with reports. You need to get some better understanding of playing around with filters. And that's the main analytical kind of skills I can say, which you will be getting when you play around with the in actual scenario. There might be even 20 to 30, 40, 50 lines of filters also. If you get some familiarity how filter is working, that you will be able to understand even if it is 100 lines of filter. Just try to get hands on what we have done today. And we will actually investigate this one, why on leave employees are coming in our next session, and we will continue with filtering on related business subjects. That would be more interesting as well. Getting data from related business object with the filters that you are making will be more important. And I can say kind of typical analytical kind of skills which we can play around with the sub filters. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.